So cut to today, and we have Robert Smigel roast the horrible new staff in person, but he does it when Howard's not in studio. So there's not a chance he'd be allowed to do that if they were there. So this is what he does to them. This is like red flag stuff in a lot of ways. He didn't bring up the Pelican Brief, but he might as well have.
The Howard Stern Show in New York
Classic,
City. I was following the scent of poorly wiped assholes, and this is where it led me.
Howard's not here this week, but they're working, if you want to call this work.
Yeah.
And he makes a comment. This is like, look at the white people. Look at the lack of diversity on this show. Like I said, in all the time they've been on the show, Robin is the only, and I don't consider her black. And we're Sans and I, look at this. Look at this. This is current. This is this week. Howard's at Theroux's wedding.
I love how all of them are on their brand new tablets, but they still have the 2005 Dell computer monitors.
Yeah, right. Here's you got to consider this too. Conan has a bit of juice. Howard being a partner doesn't matter to this. So Smigel can kind of do whatever he wants because I think this is affiliated to Conan's channel.
Yeah.
So they can't tell him what to do, kind of. So Smigel got to go crazy here. Yeah, Chubby, I might leave that up this entire time is where the brother's at. What Chubby puts here.
Assholes, and this is where it led me. This is incredible. Everywhere you look, there's photos of Howard. Saddam Hussein had less photos of himself. Hey, I wonder if the staff is supposed to avoid direct eye contact with the photos of Howard, too.
Oh, my God.
You cannot either he listened to our show or he read the gossip on that eye contact. There was an article on the eye contact stuff, which Howard really would hit him hard.
I'm standing outside the bullpen where a dozen writers are hard at work coming up with different words for penis and vagina. It's a veritable who's who of who's going to be my Uber driver in 6 months. It looks like a kill shelter for fat white guys. I'm so proud.
A kill shelter for fat white guys. How great is that?
If you go back to the wide shot of the whole room, that new guy who is basically a rich guy who retired to be on the Howard Stern show is
Jonathan Blitt.
Jonathan Blitt is just staring at the camera the whole time.
I know.
Fuck him.
All
so
of them.
Bad.
All of them. This is. You got to remember, Robert Smigel worked on how many shows where there's legitimate people in a comedy room doing shit and he sees this.
Right.
He's gotta be right. He's got to be I cannot wait to shit on this. What is this? Is a writer's room?
There's no vibe. It's battery hand.
Easy.
Vibe.
Yeah. There's no energy. There's no charisma. There's no. Yeah. There's no There's no this brainstorming. This is what they're all huddled away. And
Jason Kaplan. You know, Jason used to be morbidly obese, but after years of hard work and diet.
Oh my
God damn it!
God, right? I can't even look at that.
The move is you put the purple shirt on the fat guy and you got Grimace big time, right? You switched that.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
But after years of hard work and dieting, he's now just ugly. Look at that smile. Give me that smile.
Does Jason look like he's afraid he's going to get in trouble here?
So far, none of them can respond verbally. Gary didn't respond with any words. They're not. It's like they're 5-year-old children who are afraid to talk to grown-ups. You know, they just laugh inanely.
I think they have a gag order on talking back to him.
That could be it too.
You look like someone had 5 seconds to quickly draw a Jew. They told me you have a wife and a small child, but now that I've met you, I realize that those are the same person. You see, because you appear to be
Will
stupid.
In the background?
Yeah, Will's in the background.
Will Murray and Jason are sitting in that room at this point in their career.
I know.
Wow, man.
It's so true.
They deserve an office, a little office, but an office. God.
Another Eugene, Mike Perlin.
This is really messed up. Is John Hine in there as well, John?
Yes, he gets him too. He makes a head writer joke to Will, which doesn't come out much.
I have a head writer who looks like Teen Wolf with feline AIDS. I want to congratulate Howard for adding so much diversity to your staff. You got 1 gay guy, 2 women, and whatever the fuck John Blitt is. If I may ask a personal question.
This is their female Samantha, who they call.
They've actually got a girl in there with the boys. Aren't they scared of doing anything like that now?
She's a Syosset 7 at best.
What does that mean?
What kind of birth control?
I can tell.
Samantha Fontana, everyone. Samantha Fontana.
Yeah. She's really boring. I remember they played clips
Very
of it.
boring.
She just...
Yep.
An IUD or interacting with Gary every morning? Everyone knows John
Here's Chuck.
Oh
Here's John Hine. Watch this.
Hine, the creator of the famous Jump the Shark website. Have you ever considered jumping rope? Is it true that you take your burgers plain because your body secretes its own mayonnaise? Always great to see Dr. Frankenstein's first try. Judging from the smell, I'm now in the anus of Stern headquarters.
Look at Sal's fucking hair plugs.
Oh no, this is... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't want this to end. This is incredible.
You never want it to end.
Oh, it's great.
Do you see Richard's hairline? That's what Sal's hairline should be.
Right.
So Sal had this insane hair plugs. Sal's about as close to vanity as Howard's as there is. He is insanely like, he might be worse than Howard. Now I don't know if it's possible, but that Sal has a hairline that should look like Richard's. That's all hair plugs. Sal's hair.
Meanwhile, he's got like a 35-year-old Conan O'Brien like bouffant front to his bangs, and, like a bump in his bangs and everything.
My name's Richard Christie. I do prank calls.
Okay, is God pranking you with that voice? You look like an aborted baby who fell into the Ninja Turtle ooze.
I love the Ninja Turtles. That's an honor.
Very interesting fact about...
Look at Sal's hair. Look at his screen, Vaughn. What do we got on that screen? Is that like an audio table with kind of mixing board?
That's Pro Tools on the laptop. That's Avid Pro Tools industry standard. So that's what you get if you go to a recording studio generally. So he's doing something, but these guys don't even do any new calls now. That's what's so weird.
And they're clearly fake. Like we know now, I have so many receipts that they're fake. I have no idea what the point of them is on this show. Boy, I mean, David, the greatest thing. These two should have hit the ejector seat. You know, guys, what would you say? Like when Artie left, then could have pursued the podcast, right? And then they missed the whole explosion. They have to every day. They have to be going. We missed the podcast explosion. We could be.
No, but it wouldn't. They would have ended up like surely on here. It wouldn't have worked because it
would have been earlier. I'm talking
talented.
about earlier. I'm talking about way earlier. I'm talking about if they did it like in 2009 or something, 2010.
But they didn't have the content. I don't think they could have made it work.
I agree. I think that
I wouldn't have listened to it either. But I'm saying they think that now. They see everybody like really
in their eyes. Yeah, I thought you were saying that they should have. But
Bond, that's a really
they made
good
the right
point.
Decision.
No, Bond makes a really good point where it's like, we always talk about how they should have left and caught on to the podcast and YouTube boom, but they have no content. I mean, even together,
what would their show be?
Exactly. They're so comedically different.
They can't host a show for 2 or 3 hours.
Long form, right? What would their be? It would be a mess. Billy Mira coming on doing shitty fucking hackneyed Ozzy Osbourne and David Lee Roth impressions. Yeah. With podcasts, you have to either be famous enough where people just care about you and all your self-indulgent bullshit, and you're sitting there talking about yourself, promoting yourself, whatever, and people just show up regardless. You don't even have to, or you kind of do what we do, where we have a product. We have a specific bailiwick that we stay in. We don't just sit here and dilly-dally. What would they do? What is their thing? You know what I mean? You'd have to tune in to see them. So
they'd have to talk about news and current affairs, and they're just not smart enough to swing that. Like, we can go into that. Like, we can play a bit of Rosie going to Ireland and comment on that, but they couldn't do that. And that's pathetic. They should be able to, being on the air for so long.
They couldn't even do like a Theo Vaughn or like Cumtown type of podcast either.
He's an overrated motherfucker too. I can't believe some of these guys that got traction. You have to have some. What is your area of expertise? What do they know? The writer thing where they go, write what you know, do what you know, do what you love, and you'll be successful. What is it that they love? What is it they do?
Sal, he believes he can contact the dead.
Right.
Yes. Have you spoken to your job prospects? What is it you do here?
I'm a writer. I do impressions.
This guy annoys me in a different way. Because I think he thinks he's a step above the rest of the. I think
Right.
he thinks he's with the guitar and the fucking Alex Jones. I think, and he's so cute, and he's smiling, and I think he got married and divorced like in 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
This guy annoys me. I can't.
This is the first time I've seen half of these people, by the way,
Yeah.
that I'm putting faces to names. But it is kind
very
of like,
self-satisfied too. Look on his face.
right. But that's what Shuli was too, where he thinks he's on Howard's side, like thumbing at Richard and Sal, like, oh, look at these guys.
Yes.
They're not like cool like us.
In his mind, they're beneath him. I know,
Right.
and some of them are, but that doesn't matter because you're not going anywhere after this.
I make
Oh,
puppets.
yes, impressions.
Yeah.
Right now, he's working on one called Guy Who's Comfortable Making Eye Contact. It's not quite there yet. Excuse me. I love that no pube smell. This is very exciting. This is J.D. Harmeyer, who is kept in a glass booth. Where do I put the quarters in to make him dance? Anybody? How much is it to make him borderline interesting? $20? I feel like Jodie Foster talking to Hamburger Lecter. I noticed the glass doesn't
great.
fog up with you inside. Is that because your soul is dead?
Oh,
Times
wow.
like this, yes.
Okay, good. Happy to help. By the way, he's single, ladies. Unless you
Oh
count
my
the-
God, that's what we say.
Oh my God,
Huh?
that's so good.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So he is above everyone else because he has his own little room there, and I guess that's because he's playing back audio and video all the time. Maybe he doesn't want to wear headphones, whatever.
This is exciting. I'm here in Howard's studio. Howard, if you're listening, you are still the best interviewer, and I use this term loosely, alive. I'm standing outside the booth where Robin quivers.
Okay, so they're not there.
Right.
They're off. So Robin and Fred are both not there, and he's roasting them with them not being there.
Booth where Robin quivers, pretends to enjoy herself. It must be hard to laugh at all of Howard's jokes, and even harder not to laugh at his guitar playing. His guitar playing reminds me of Jimi Hendrix because it makes me want to choke on my own vomit. I'm here where Fred Norris sits. It's kind of hard to believe Fred's still here. Have these guys not heard about AI? It can do everything Fred can do, except with personality.
Oh, brutal.
I had a great time at the Howard Stern Show. I've never felt thinner or less sexually deviant. Thank you, Howard, and all the losers you hire. You have a great staff. For me to poop on! This is good.
Good for me too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, trying.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, what an honor.
The older guys won't let me do that. There you go. Oh, yes!
Good boy.
Ooh,
Okay, who
careful,
wants
Howard.
diseases galore?
I know, and it's on video. And it's on video.